They call themselves wolves, but they were more like puppies to me. I didn't see any wolves out there today. They need to change their club name to Wolverhampton Kittens or Puppies. Very easy match for me. People were starting to disrespect me, thinking I'm Trashmus, Haaland or something. I am still the best striker in this league. And speaking of strikers, Arsenal fans are comparing their new signing from the Portuguese Farmer League to the great Erling Haaland. I'm afraid to tell them this, but Victor is closer to Trashmus than he is to me. Please don't compare that Farmer League merchant to myself ever again. These Arsenal fans need to stay humble. They haven't won shit and they're still over there acting cocky. And we all know Netflix FC are finishing second again this season. Arteta keeps cashing in those checks, even though he hasn't won anything for 6 years. Arteta needs to be arrested because he's robbing Arsenal. Anyways, I'm gonna humble his ass in September.
Haters will say it's AI. Sorry, Arteta got me.
That is good. Before we start, can you send me a copy of that, please?
I will do.
That is absolute gold.
Arteta got me. Arteta fucking got me.
Brilliant. That's gold. I can use that so much.
But welcome to We Are the South Stand. I'm joined by the legend that is Alan. And all the way in Australia. I'm good. And our friend, second time on the show. Raul, what you saying, bro? You good?
Yeah, I'm not bad. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. People, make sure you are going and checking out both our sponsors, Terrace Colt and, of course, OK Jersey. £15 football shirts on there and 15% off on South Stand. Use the QR codes, go and check out and help support the channel. Right then, first week of football is back. Actually, no, breaking news. I don't know if it is breaking news or not, though, really. Fabrizio has tweeted about 5 minutes ago. Where are we, Fabrizio? Negotiations are ongoing between Manchester City and Galatasaray for Ederson. After opening bid worth 10 million, Man City requested around 25 million with big gap, but clubs trying to find an agreement. Ederson keen on joining Galatasaray.
There's no agreement.
Huh?
So there's no agreement.
There's no agreement. No. And he wasn't over there. I know some people reported that he was over there on... It wasn't at the game because... Right, do you two believe in coincidences?
I know where this is going. This is...
Because I don't know anymore. I believe Fabrizio on most things, yeah, but I'm starting to think this guy's just a gas merchant.
Yeah, I don't know if he's working with the players at this point, trying to get them to move and stuff like that. But
because the whole Ederson thing. Oh, by the way, yeah. Sorry for being late. Actually, do you know what it was? Yeah, Alan was on time, but I told Alan 10 minutes later. So yeah, I guess you can blame me. Fuck it. Right.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So Ederson apparently was ill on Saturday. So he trained on Friday. He was ready to travel with the team, but the club doctor felt he wasn't well enough to travel, and so he didn't travel. Savio's also injured. So like I said, do you believe in coincidences? If you believe in coincidences, then Savio's injured and Ederson had a tummy bug. If you don't believe in coincidences, you think they're both leaving the club.
Yeah.
That's BS as far as I'm concerned.
Which part?
Both.
What? So you think Ederson is leaving, and you think that?
No. I think Ederson wants to leave, but from what you've just said, they're nowhere near the fee that they're wanting.
Yeah,
nowhere
massive.
near it.
I think that's
Massive.
the thing. That's
Massive.
the thing with Ederson and Savinho at this point. I think Viana's just being absolutely ruthless as fuck and asking for shitloads of money for everyone. Actually, Ederson 25 million, I think, is fair. It's fair.
Well, I think it's very fair. And when it comes to Savinho, I think that Tottenham, it's not the actual total fee. That's the problem. Levy wants to pay in instalments over the length of the contract. That's the problem. The City want X amount up front before they go any further. So, but we know that what Levy's like. He doesn't like paying money, especially up front. So that's the big. So forget that City want in £60 million. It's not the £60 million. That's not an argument. It's how they pay it is the problem.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that makes sense. I guess. Yeah. I guess. But I can't lie. The jump from 50 million to 70 million from Tottenham's high. But I have a feeling
that's euros, mate. £60 million.
No, I hear it. I know there's a difference, yeah. But still, 20 million euros, right? It's not like back in the day, Alan, where it's double bubble.
Well, I know what you're saying, but the thing is, if Levy wants to pay in instalments, then the price goes up. If he wants to pay in one, we're trying to do a deal here.
But no, we're not. We're trying to fucking pull the wool over Tottenham's eyes. That's what we're trying to do, Alan. Like, let's be honest. Savinho is not worth fucking 70 million euros. Bro, 80. And by the way, we rejected 70 million euros, which means you want closer to 8 million euros. That's not far off what Rodrygo.
We didn't reject him. We rejected the instalments, and he wants to pay something like 10 million up front. Well, piss off.
But either way, 70 million euros for Rodrygo. Sorry, for Savinho, when Rodrygo's probably going to cost about 80 million. I get it. I understand, Alan. It's the terms, yeah. But still, at the moment, I can't lie. After the weekend, I want Rodrygo more than ever. Raul, what about you?
Yeah, no, I'm the same. It's, as I said before, like I'm a big fan of Savinho. He's a good player, and I think he's got a good future. But what Savinho's good at, Oscar Bobb's better at. And I just think for the money, and I understand it is over installments and stuff like that, but I just think for the money that overall we get for Savinho, I'd much rather Rodrygo. The difference between the price tag and the player. I think, yeah.
Do you think that Rodrygo come in and play on the right side? Because I don't. I think
no, play on the left.
Yeah,
play on the left.
Don't think Doc is finished.
Yeah. Do you know what? From watching Bob on Saturday, right? It's just that, like, if you think about the weight of his passing, right? He wasn't trying to do too much or nothing, just the weight of his passes, yeah. I mean, also the way he had 5 Wolves players dancing around in that box is mental. I've never seen Savinho do anything like that. But this is a thing. This is still a cold Bob. Bob is not back to his full fitness yet. He's probably back to his full fitness. He's not back to full match fitness yet because he's only played a handful of games. But it's just watching Bob do simple things and watching Rico Lewis do simple things. It makes me look at Doku and look at Savinho and think, yeah, do you know what? You're just not quite good enough. And I know a few people in the comments from videos about 5 things I've learned have been saying, oh, but come on, Daps, they doubled up on Doku. I hear it, but Doku still beat his man. He still beat his man a couple of times, right? And what did he achieve once he beat his man? So I understand that he didn't have as many chances to create something because he was doubled up on. But still, when he did beat his man, he didn't create anything.
Correct.
Whereas Bob, very simple, perfectly weighted passes, right? It's just, that's the thing. When you can look at, even look at that Rico Lewis assist, right? That wasn't a difficult pass, right? Reijnders had just dinked him in, put him in. And this is the thing, if Rico Lewis can make that run and Rico Lewis can find Haaland like that, where Haaland literally can't miss, why can't Savinho and Bob? Sorry, not Savinho and Bob, Savinho and Doku. That's my thing. And also, actually, Doku got in a couple of positions that he fluffed his lines on as well. He had a few good balls. You know, I think over the summer, a few ex-players have said Doku just needs to find himself at the back post and he'll start getting tap-ins, right? He did find himself at the back post a couple of times and he missed the fucking ball. So for me, that to me is just like, that's why right now just accept whatever the fuck Tottenham are offering and get me Rodrygo.
No, mate. When you go to buy a car and you want to pay in installments, you pay more.
Oh, for Alan, I know. I get it. I understand.
It's business. Mate, Levy's got the cash. He's just a tight ass. We all know he is.
Yeah, and we know that's the problem. That when you're negotiating with a tight ass, yeah, you're at risk of the tight ass walking away.
Fine.
Huh?
Fine. Sometimes you've got to walk. Yeah. Sometimes
right, so you're happy with Doku and Bobb next this season? I know you're not. So that's what I'm saying. I'm nervous that we'll end up, Tottenham will end up walking away. Savio will end up staying. And then we ain't going to get Rodrygo. Because if we don't sell Savio, we won't buy Rodrygo.
Well, let's leave it in the experts' hand.
The only other thing, right, actually, Raul, if we don't sell Savio, do you think there's a world where Pep decides to play Savio on the left and keeps Bobb on the right?
I think he might do. He might, but even then, Savio on the left, I'd still rather Rodrygo on the left. I agree with you in the sense that I know Levy might be being difficult, but you don't want to push him too far and walk away. I think I'm at the point where I'm like, I'll feel a little bit gutted if we don't end up getting Rodrygo now.
Yeah,
it's been going on, and we know how good he is.
Do you see where I'm coming from, though?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah, Alan, I understand. I totally understand. But at the same time, like, it's from a PSR point of view, I'm pretty certain we don't.
The reason why you just hit the nail on the head. The reason why we're holding out for more money up front, right, is exactly the PSR rules.
I don't believe it is, mate. I honestly don't believe it is. You think City are close to breaching PSR at the moment?
No, but they've got to go for better deals.
No. Hold on, Alan. Hold on.
If Levy only wants to pay 10, 15 million up front, he can fuck off as far as
hold on, Alan. Do we right? This is a thing. You've got to look at what you want. Yeah. Do you want Doku on the left or Rodrygo on the left? Right.
You're thinking about what you want as a player.
Hold on.
Not as a business.
Hold on. I'm about to move into that afterwards. So answer that question first. Would you rather Doku or would you rather Rodrygo?
Obviously, you're right on that point. But
okay, hold on. So now let me move on to the second question. From a business point of view, do Manchester City need that money to make sure we don't breach PSR? No, we don't. We're perfectly fine. We're nowhere near breaching PSR at this point, right?
Okay.
So, for that reason, I understand what you're saying about the deal, but I don't believe PSR is an issue. So
I'd rather debate this like we're doing. Right?
Yeah. I don't think
that is the issue.
Yeah, we don't. So the thing is, I get it. I totally understand. I want the most out of Levy as possible, but I don't want it to end up us not getting a better winger because of, and if it was because of PSR, I hear it, right? I mean, people in the right are talking about registration of players. I don't know if there's any truth to this, but from what I think I've seen Tom Lee tweet it, and I've been told me tweet it, sorry, and I think I've read it somewhere as well, is that apparently City actually do want Gundogan and Kovacic to find a new club. Because they're two non-homegrown players that are if they were to go.
But at the end of the day, no one's coming for them, are they? Let's face it.
Well, apparently that's why, in Pep's interview the other day, he mentioned the Saudi league. That apparently the Saudi league are sniffing around Kovacic.
Okay. Well, does he want to go there? Because it's not for everyone, is it?
I would imagine he would, Bob. I mean, he's 30 summit. The amount of money they've and Akanji, sorry, yeah, you're right. And Akanji's the other one. Yeah, those three. So it's Akanji, Kovacic, and Gundogan. Apparently, that City actually, which shows you that this really is a rebuild at the moment. But anyway, let's move on from this while we talk about the rebuild. Positive. After the first weekend of football, I think as City fans, If we look back, Liverpool looked fucking dodgy as fuck at the back. Shock. Been saying it all summer. Arsenal looked flat as hell. Chelsea looked bang average. And City looked mint. We're winning the league, innit?
There we go. Yeah, 100%.
There we go. Alan, come on, give us a smile. James Trafford was fucking quality, mate.
Mate, listen, you know my opinion about James Trafford. I don't want I can't kick the ball anywhere near the Etihad. I think James Trafford is our keeper for the next 10 years if we believe in him. And after the weekend, it was a good start. You know, first game of the season, I'm not going to get carried away by anyone, by a team, anything. It's the first game of the season. And we were brilliant at the weekend. James Trafford was solid. He dominated the box, which he did. Okay. He gave the players a lot of confidence. He's good with his feet. He sets up the third goal with his beautiful pass down the middle of the pitch.
Great pass.
Yeah. You know, and he looks secure, a few good saves. You know, this lad's got a lot of ability. And the problem is a lot of people haven't seen what he's done over the last couple of years. You know, he went to Burnley for one reason, to play first team, which he wasn't going to get the games at City at that time. And he made the right decision. Okay. Pep's brought him back. The only thing that fazed me is they're bringing Donnarumma in, who's 26. If Ederson had stayed there, he would have only have to wait a year, which I could live with.
Yeah.
Right? But when someone comes in who's 26, who's a good keeper, which Donnarumma is, struggled with his feet, yeah. But James Trafford, if he comes, we'll have to think long and hard if he's trying to get in the England squad for the World Cup. Does he stay or not?
Do you know what, mate? I can't lie. I think going into Saturday, Trafford's head. I mean, look, we don't know the conversations. We actually don't know the ins and outs of what has been said to Trafford. If you even I think there was a Pep press conference yesterday, and Pep was still talking about Ederson, like saying, you know, Ederson deserves far more respect than he's being given, and that as far as he's concerned, he's still a City player. But for James Trafford to go into Saturday with all the rumours of the last couple of days, right?
Yeah.
And especially if it was kind of a last-minute thing, right? I think his performance, and it showed his mentality. I thought he was fucking mint. I mean, Raul, are you a fan of Trafford?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited about this project with him. That's what I'm doing, and that's why I'm easy either way. I think Donnarumma. I am surprised with the Donnarumma stuff because, like you're saying, with the ball at his feet, he's not. I wouldn't class him as, you know, your traditional Pep Guardiola style of goalkeeper.
No, he isn't.
He's not.
Clearly, I mean, if Pep seems to want him, so that's why I'm a bit unsure if Pep sees something in him, or he might play differently with him, or I'm not too sure. But I just
feel if Donnarumma comes, right, and he's only 26 years of age, then Trafford, as a keeper, he can't play anywhere else. He's a keeper, and that's it. He's not going to get the opportunity because at the moment,
Pep might play him left back and put
he might do. But what I'm saying to you is, you know, Trafford's got to sit back and think: am I going to get the game time enough to prove myself to get in the England squad? And the answer to that question is going to be no.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think even if Donnarumma came in, right, I think Trafford would not be putting in a transfer request this season. I don't think he would. I think he'd think, do you know what? Cool. No problem. I'm going to see what happens over the first year, right? See how much game time I get. The only thing is the Donnarumma wages would probably mean that you can't have someone...
He has to play.
Well, if I was Trafford, I'd sit back with his old fella and his agent if this happens. And I'll be honest with you, it would not surprise me if he handed in a transfer request. It would not surprise me.
Yeah. So, are you two? Would you two rather that we don't go in for Donnarumma when we get Ederson and we just keep Ederson? Or would you?
Yeah.
Would you? I know you would be, Alan. What about you, Raul? Or would you
I'm on
still
the
want
fence.
Donnarumma?
I'm on the fence. I think I'm happy.
Yeah,
I
I'm on the
was
fence as well,
excited
Raul.
anyway, but then
Yeah.
I just think of Donnarumma in net, the
Yeah.
ability of him as a shot stopper. I just think it's
Yeah. I'm on the fence with you. The fact of having like however much I want Trafford to succeed in every game that he plays, and I think he will keep growing. Yeah. I mean, look, he's going to have a bigger test against Tottenham. They're definitely going to have a few more shots, but everything that he was asked to do on Saturday, he did well.
He did.
It could be a coincidence. Right. So Wolves scored first, but they were offside, right? And a few people in the comments on my watch along were like, "Oh, we got lucky," but you get lucky if you get lucky if you get a wrong decision, right?
Yeah.
But if you lead the line well and catch people offside, that's not getting lucky. That's doing your job as a defender. Yeah. And I don't know if that is Trafford. I don't know if it's Kolo Touré, or I don't know if it's the fact that it's John Stones and Ruben Diaz who are used to playing together, right? But we seemed like last season, our line was all over the gaff, right? People were moving up at the wrong times. In fact, I don't even know if maybe even French, the set piece guys involved in it as well. But there's a multitude of things it could be, because I really do think Kolo Touré is going to improve us defensively, right? I think he's an absolutely class, experienced defender, right? And I think that's all he fucking cares about is defending. So at last, we've got someone that actually is concentrating on that side. But I don't know if Trafford, even little things like, right, there was one save Trafford made in the second half. And what impressed me is how far away he pushed it. Because sometimes Ederson, you know, when keepers make a save but push it just in front of them, he made sure that was going out for a throw-in or something. It was like pushed it way away from the goal. His height on crosses.
He dominated the box, mate. He dominated the box.
He did. I thought it was really, really good. But as a City fan, do I want us to have the best players in the world? Donnarumma is one of the best keepers in the world.
And that's what I'm thinking.
Well, let me explain something. Let me give you a scenario. Joe Hart, City, when he was at City, he made a few mistakes, but every keeper does.
Yeah.
When Pep decided to kick him into touch and told him he's not part of his plans, every single City fan, including me, went mad.
Yeah. No, we didn't go mad. No, we didn't. What we did is we said, we're not happy with this because we really love Joe Hart, but we've been asking for Pep Guardiola for years. We've got the best manager in the world and we have to trust him. We didn't go mad. No one went mad. We sang about it. We showed Joe Hart we love him, but we accepted this is Pep Guardiola. If we're going to start questioning...
Did we or did we not feel uncomfortable at first about it?
Well, yeah, because Claudio Bravo came.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's because
we had fullbacks that couldn't play out from the back.
Yeah. So he's now reversing it to a keeper that is not strong with his feet, and we all couldn't agree with that. He's not strong. He's a brilliant shot stopper, brilliant saver, but what happens if he's required to start passing the ball out from the back?
Do you know what? The thing is,
he struggles with it.
I think we're overdoing this at this point, right? I do hear you. Why would Pep want Donnarumma when he didn't want Joe Hart, right? But I think look, the proof is in the pudding. The guy's just won fucking everything with PSG, right?
Yep.
He can't be that bad with his feet, bro. He knows how to pass the ball to a midfielder that can then carry the ball forward, right? I think we're overdoing it a bit with this.
I feel like we're sort of like conditioned now because we've seen Ederson this level. With the ball.
I don't understand Pep and the people at the club why they brought James Trafford back if they're going to do this. I'm really angry about that. I really am.
Yeah, I think maybe if Donnarumma would have been available, I don't know if we'd have got Trafford straight away. I think if this Donnarumma thing would have happened 3 weeks before, I think.
Yeah, but what's James Trafford thinking right now?
No. But, Alan, I think it's harsh. I 100% think it's harsh on James Trafford.
It's like you said to me last week. He's been shafted, and he has.
Yeah, I do think he's been shafted, but I'm now looking at it from a City point of view. And why are PSG wanting him out? Because he asked for too much money, right?
Well, I know Ricky wants a ball-playing goalkeeper. He's just
yeah, and that as well. He wants a ball-playing keeper. And maybe Pep has changed, right? I do think, but there's no part of me that thinks that this isn't harsh on James Trafford, right?
Oh, big time.
But again, like, he's not bigger than Man City.
I'm not saying he's not, mate. I like academy players to do well and succeed for Man City, right? I like to see the academy players like Foden and Oscar Bobb and all these lads that are coming through and succeed, because it feels better when we've got one of our own out there. It really does.
I hear it. But do I want my second or my first keeper to be the best shot stopper in the world? Absolutely, I do.
Well, I think we've got one in Trafford.
Unproven. So unproven. I think I like Trafford, but you can't, at this point, you still can't put James Trafford up there, shot stopping wise, alongside Donnarumma. You can't.
Well, I'm just hoping that this deal can't get done now with the money in between what Galatasaray want to pay and what City want. I'm hoping it doesn't get done.
I think that's a good, and by the way, I think this is where we're in a really good position as fans, right? If we're sat here going, right, we're either going to have Trafford and Ederson next season, or we're going to have, because, and I know there's some people that weirdly, very weirdly, are like, oh, get Ederson out the club ASAP, yeah? That's weird, right? Yeah. But if we're going into next season with either Ederson and Trafford or Trafford and Donnarumma, that's one where me, as a City fan, can go, do you know what? I don't care, right?
Exactly.
And literally not bothered, right? For me, and Bo, daps on Donnarumma is not about money. Enrique wants him out. It was also about money, bro. Like, it was, don't get me wrong, Enrique did want a keeper that can play out from the back. But sorry, bear with me. Cass, it's locked. Because my daughter's upstairs. Have you not got a key? Bear with me, people. Just need to look.
No, whereabouts in Manchester are you from, mate?
Charleston, mate. Charleston, yeah.
Charleston.
Yeah.
Right, that's why I've got a mate that lives around there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it well, because it's a good lad. I was from Whitefield. I emigrated over here in 2007, so I'm still a season ticket holder.
Yeah.
But my cousin goes with it. But that's yeah, he's back. He's opened the door now.
The door is open. Oh, I should have opened it early, to be fair. That's nice. Right, people, make sure you're smashing the like button. Yeah. But let's talk. So Trafford, how good Trafford was.
Very good.
Wow, who was your standout? I mean, I don't know if I need to ask, but there could be several players you listed. So who's your standout?
I wonder who it would be.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
there's a couple.
As it again, yeah. Of course, I mean, Reijnders. I think out of all the players, he was excellent. I think if we're gonna, someone I would talk about, I say, is Nico. I was really impressed with Nico because
he was.
I feel more at ease now. You know, all this. He came in last season. We're thinking, you know, we need backup for Rodri, and it's shown now. I wouldn't play Rodri until he's 110% fit, because Nico can do it. Clearly, I know it might be a different game, you know, coming up against Arsenal to Wolves when in the midfield, but I just felt pleased when relief after watching Nico play, because if I felt like he was a bit harshly treated last season with him. Yeah. I don't think he put a foot wrong really when he played, and then we just didn't. Pep went back to his Gundogan and Silva really, but yeah, of course. But the man of the moment, it was obviously Reijnders one. It was just
But I do think. Do you know what? So I've been a little bit harsh on Gonzalez from the game, right? Actually, I need to see
brilliant. The pair of them, Gonzalez and Reijnders, were fantastic.
Hold on. So let me see this. So completed the most dribbles, was most fouled player, won most duels, completed 92% of his 74 passes, completed 100% of his dribbles, won 90% of ground duels. Mad. So I'll be honest with you, I got it wrong. Watching the game, of course, I was having a drink while watching the game, but then also when I spoke on it afterwards, I did say it. I don't know if I'm being unfair here, but because of how much we were giving the ball away, I was going, I don't know about Gonzalez, you know. But clearly, I was wrong. It wasn't him giving the ball away. We were giving the ball away a bit too much for my liking in the middle of the park. But yeah, do you know what? I think the most refreshing bit is not even Gonzalez's performance, the fact that Pep is trusting him.
Yeah.
Because that was the narrative that Pep don't want him, right? But we've seen now against Palermo and we've seen against Wolves, he trusts him. And the other thing is, when we did make substitutions, Gundogan wasn't brought on.
Yeah.
It does look like, Pep's starting to trust players.
I must admit, I was watching the game live over here, and I finished, like, when the game finished, I was very, very happy with the performance from everyone. From everyone, there wasn't anyone I was unhappy about. Doku struggled, but we've seen that before. He certainly impacts the team better when he comes on off the bench rather than starting. But overall, I'm not going to complain because I thought we were terrific.
Yeah. Do you know what? The mad thing is with Doku, right? In the opening 10, 15 minutes, I thought Doku was all right.
He pulled a good crossing.
Well, I saw him look up for Haaland and then put a cross in, right? And at that point, I thought, fucking hell, someone's had a word with him about looking for a striker. But then it just dropped off after that. It dropped off. And then Bobb improved. And to be fair, most came in. I also think Bernardo Silva had a good game.
He was everywhere.
Yeah, and his crossing, his corners are so much better. He's a great crosser of the ball, Bernardo. In fact, he put 2 balls in that Haaland probably should have done better with. 2 headers Haaland missed.
He's a world-class player. I mean, brilliant for us. He's been there, 8-9 years now. He's been brilliant for us. He really has.
Yeah, but where I am this season is and this is what I keep saying to everyone, I want to judge players every game based on that game, right? And if Bernardo has a stinker, I'm going to say Bernardo has a stinker. If Bernardo had a good game, I'm going to say he had a good game, right? I'm not going into, and same with Doku, same with any player on that pitch. I haven't got any at this point. I am becoming Bobb FC fully.
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you what. Someone mentioned in the press conference to Pep about Bobb, and he was right. We don't realise how we missed him last year until we saw him at the weekend.
Yeah,
I went, wow. Because we saw it at the beginning of the season in the pre-season friendlies before he got injured. But can you imagine if we'd have had him last year?
Yeah, well, last season we thought we were going into the season with Bobb.
I know.
Bobb at his best, and he got the injury, didn't he? But
class is class.
I mean, but look. The one thing is that I want to say, because I know if Bernardo Silva makes one mistake, right, there are going to be people that mention it, right? Let's be real. Reijnders gave the ball away once, right, in a really dangerous, and it led to an attack, right? So we have to have if we're going to call out the one bad thing Bernardo Silva did, well, Reijnders did that as well. Yeah. So we can't just go. Diaz also did that as well. I think Diaz had a better game. What did you? There's one thing that Reijnders did that really, really impressed me as well in the second half, away from the goals and away from going forward. In about
the professional foul,
the yellow card, Bo. Yeah. That yellow card in about the 50th, 55th minute, right? So 2-0 up, but Wolves had started the second half well. They broke and they were going to counter. It's one of those counters that we saw so many times last season, and Reijnders just ran into him and took him down, right? And it was like, perfect.
It was like Fernandinho.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing. That is the thing. So, bro, this comment here, Cloud, Bernardo can make 10 mistakes and he will still start. Bro, there's no need for that comment. He didn't make 10 mistakes. He made 1 mistake, just like Reijnders made 1 mistake. So at this point, like, if you want people to take your views seriously, you have to be balanced, right? And not just like, I had someone in the chat before the game started saying, I blame this fraud of a manager for this failure. And I was like, the game hasn't started and you're calling it a failure, right? The season has started so far from what we're seeing from Pep, because the narrative is he'll always bring on Gundogan. He didn't bring on Gundogan. Yeah. So at the moment, he's going against that. He brought on O'Reilly in the midfield role, which is something last season everyone was saying they wanted to see. Well, now you're seeing it. So, But Reijnders is
Class.
Yeah, absolute class. Absolute class.
The when he ran through their midfield and then did a chip over the top for Rico, it reminded me so much of David Silva. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. Do you know that goal and sorry, I'm just thinking, I think it was the first
third one.
No. In fact, do you know what? Probably all of them to a certain extent, right? It looks like a little bit of a Pep Linders influence, right?
Massively.
Think back to prime Liverpool, right? How Liverpool used to counter at pace and drive with the ball, right?
It is definitely definitely.
We looked like we were. Think last season, right? How we'd be fucking passing the ball left, right. There was none of that. It was so much more direct. And actually, you know what? We could say Pep Linders, or we could say Pep back Sane Sterling days.
Yeah.
Right. We would just.
We'll see. We'll test that scenario when we play at home, when teams just play low block, and they are going to do that. We're going to see. To be fair to Wolves, first 25 minutes they gave as good as it got. They went forward and had a go, but when we play at home, when you know that teams are going to sit back big time against us and try and hit us on the break, that will be the test whether we can get behind teams. That will be the test. So be prepared for that.
Yeah, but also the other thing, I did see that stat. I think we the most running team of the weekend as well. I think an extra 10 kilometers than any other team, which again, that is back to.
Do you know who ran the most in our team?
Who? Bernardo? Yeah, it always is Bernardo. It always has been, but it's been Bernardo for 10 years now.
The people that have a go at him. Stop.
Bro, you've just got to leave him to it. Like it's what it is. I don't get it.
He does the ugly stuff, and we need him.
The thing is, I do get it if we see him on the right. I don't want to see him on the right-hand side, but he's an absolute workhorse in the middle of the park for us. He really is.
He is.
What do you think of Rico Lewis, though?
He had a really good game. To be fair, he had a good game. I'm not going to knock the lad because he did well. He really did.
I was impressed with him. I'm so happy he stayed, mate. I think I know he's not. He hasn't got the profile. I don't think he's not. I think one of the things that helped Nico O'Reilly last season was the size of him filling in at left back.
Yeah,
I think if Rico was a lot bigger, I think people would have a lot less complaints about that.
I agree with you. It's his physicality.
If he's a couple of bit higher, there's a massive difference. But he's not going to be, is he?
Yeah,
he is what he is. He's like his dad. I know his dad, and his dad's exactly the same. He's small. I wouldn't mess with him.
Well, no. Well, I wouldn't mess with his dad, but that was the maddest thing I heard last season. Nah, Rico Lewis should be hard. He used to do jiu-jitsu or something.
Yeah, he still does, mate.
Yeah, it means fuck all. But I like. For me, right, this is where it makes sense. If you're playing with Bobb, who's going to play more like a winger, right?
Yep.
Then you don't need Nunes bombing down the wing, right, at all.
I know.
You need Rico Lewis, who can come and play in the middle of the park a bit more. And when you're talking at home, if we're playing at home, Rico Lewis is going to help to break teams down massively.
Yeah. Do you know what? Them two are terrible, I think.
They are. Yeah, they really are. Yeah.
And I enjoy watching them play together because they do know exactly where each other are.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. I think this is the thing. Me and Alan have been having conversations about if Rodrygo came in, who plays where and whatever. And I think it's very easy to say that when you've got all your players fit at the start of the season. Yeah. But we are going to get injuries this season. Players are going to want to be rotated because of the World Cup. I know when Marmoush came on, he looked a bit off boil, but
there's going to be games where he's not. There's going to be games where he's not.
Yeah, I think I saw someone tweet this, right? Although I want to see Marmoush play off the left, and I probably would go with Marmoush over Doku still. I'm all right with Marmoush just being Haaland's backup as well, you know.
Yeah.
And also at times playing off of Haaland, like not necessarily. If we've got a fluid team, then sometimes you don't need two wingers as such. So, but no, Cherki. Let's just talk on Cherki quickly. What a cameo, man!
Yeah, it's just the quality of his goal as well. You know, it's just
It's the flicks. It's like the flicks are not just, you know, when a player does a little flick and you're like fucking hell, yeah, that's quality, that, yeah. But it's once in a game. With him, it's every other pass. It's a little flick.
Every time he touches the ball, it's beautiful to watch.
Yeah. And that's the thing as well. When you look at his goal, when you look at Reijnders' goal, right, that's finishing. They're worlds apart from Savinho and Doku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like actual, and this is the thing. We won that, maybe you could say little moments of quality from quality players on Saturday was the difference, and the difference to last season. Yeah. Like have we seen Doku or Savinho score a goal like that? It's rare if we have. It's rare.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Anyone else stand out for you?
I thought they all did, to be fair. Once you got through the first 20 minutes.
What do you think of Aït-Nouri? What do you think of Aït-Nouri?
He looked comfortable, I thought.
Defensively.
He's another one I was critical of, you know.
He played more defensively.
Yeah, I think I was wrong with it, though. I don't mind admitting I was wrong. But again, Aït-Nouri didn't overly impress me, but a few people said, no, he had a solid game. He didn't impress me that much.
I don't think he set the world alight. He just looked at ease, I thought. I didn't have any issues with him anyway.
I think he was playing under orders, mate. He didn't venture forward very much.
Yeah.
He defended. And
maybe.
He played against his old team, and he looked solid. He looked really solid.
Yeah. I don't think Aït-Nouri is an amazing defender. I don't.
He was at the weekend.
Do you think, what did he do that was amazing at the weekend defensively?
You tell me how many people went past him. Once, I think.
I don't know. They managed to put quite a few crosses in from the right-hand side, so...
Yeah, from 45 degrees. Yeah, to 45 degrees.
No, they got him behind... Actually, no, they did get him behind him a couple of times, to be fair.
I thought he defended really well. I thought he defended really, really well. And if you look at it, if any of the defenders went forward, it was Rico.
Yeah, 100% it was, which is surprising. But Aït-Nouri, Aït-Nouri. Do you know what? I think as a defender, actually, and this is where I'm probably wrong on him and Gonzalez, that if you're a defensive player and you haven't done anything for me to notice you, then you've probably had a solid game. If you've done something for me to notice you, there's a good chance you fucked up. Maybe I am being a little bit harsh. I don't know. We'll see that over the coming weeks. I
was very, very happy with the performance from every single player at the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, fair. The thing is, the one thing I would say is we can be happy with that, but we can definitely get better.
Yeah.
Because we were sloppy at times.
Well, second half we sort of tamed up a little bit.
First half, we were pretty fucking dodgy. First 20 minutes, we were all over the gaff.
We could have had a completely different narrative around this game. If they would have took away a couple of chances they got early, then I think it'd have been.
I'm not getting carried away though, but Dabs. First game.
Yeah, first game is first game. This is valid, right? I think there's a few things. So firstly, with chemistry, because you've got to think a lot of these players haven't really played with each other too much. But also, I think as well, we've got to remember, right, for years, we have been in this different place where, winning 4 leagues in a row, it gives you a confidence of playing football. Like, look at PSG last season. The way PSG were playing football by the end of the season, passes were being made without even looking where players are because everyone just knew. Whereas at the moment, we've got to get that confidence back. Like our steam train that was flying got stopped last season. So we do have to work through the gears again. Once we get back to
Dabs, we've got a new team. We've got a new team now.
Yeah.
Patience.
Yeah.
Not going to happen overnight. Patience.
No, but this is the thing. This is the funniest thing, right? Is back probably last Saturday, probably Saturday morning, there would have been people in the chat saying, Daps, people aren't scared of City anymore. They've lost their fear factor, right?
Yeah,
now,
true.
one game in, there's rivals going, fucking hell, City look good, right? That's how, and I said at the time, I get that we have lost our fear factor, but it's the same with the start of last season. No one thought Liverpool were going to win the league. Things can change very quickly in football. And
Do you know what stuck with me?
We beat Tottenham, and all of a sudden people are going to be going, fucking hell, City are the real deal again.
Yeah, remember
2 games in.
What struck me, and I thought about this at the weekend, was your mate Steve, Big Steve, saying we've gone under the radar. Okay, we've gone. People haven't been talking about us.
13
and
goals.
we're underneath.
Do you know what I'm happy with? The media are licking their ass. The media are all over Liverpool like fucking. Do you know what? Right, let them. Don't get involved in the bullshit. 100%. Let them. Apparently they're going to be immortal. Apparently they're going to do this, going to do that. Let them.
To be fair, that was from a few years ago, but it could be the same as fucking this season. Like, it is.
Mate, it's right. He's right. We've gone under the radar, and I'm happy with that.
Well, Sky is saying we're in a title race. I think Sky finishing fourth.
I watched match of the day on because I've got one of them Fire Sticks. I watched match of the day, and they were like in shock. They were like, "Oh my god!" Jamie Redknapp on Reijnders. They were literally throwing themselves around the room. They couldn't believe it.
I think the media have slept on Reijnders massively, right?
Oh,
but
massively.
But I think like actual genuine football fans haven't. I've had quite a few people telling me before the season started, the minute we signed him, Daps, you've got a fucking gem there. He's unbelievable. But I do think even if you look at some of the clauses in his contract, that tells you all you need to know.
That's what you were saying to me. That my first stream, he was on about the Ballon d'Or clause in his contract. They knew the level of player that they were letting go of here.
100%. The fact that they've put all those clauses in. They know how good he is. Do you know what it is with me, right? Is when I look at, you've got to remember, this guy has not been playing at a top level for too long, right? But he moved
How old is it? How old?
He's 27. He's not young. 27, I think. He's not young. He's prime age, right? Prime maturity. Well, not prime maturity, but he's a mature player. He's not a kid. But his first season at AC Milan, he didn't score enough goals, and he said to himself, "Next season, I need to make sure I score more goals." And the next season, he went and scored fucking shitloads of goals. Right? It's when someone's just very professional and fucking he's here to play football. Yeah. He's here to play football. He's here to become the best player he can be. And I don't know. I just think if you look at last season, the amount we missed goals from. De Bruyne wasn't bagging. Our wingers weren't bagging. Foden wasn't bagging. We're missing goals all over the pitch, right? And straight away with him coming in and Cherki coming in, we're going to get more goals. Like and Haaland, you could see on Haaland's face, by the way, Haaland looked relieved, refreshed that he's got ballers around him again.
Yeah, he's got service again. That's what it is.
Yeah, and by the way. I think Pep spoke a bit on Rodri and kind of said Rodri's close to being back, but the key is that they don't want to rush him because when he comes back, they want to make sure he's back.
Yeah.
Right? You put Rodri in this team, we've got the best midfield in the league for me.
By far.
Yeah. When Rodri comes in, right? Yeah, we've got the best midfield in the league. I actually already think, looking at our midfield, I think we've got a really well-balanced midfield. If you look at our group of players, whether from age, experience, quality, youthfulness, I think we have the best, we've got shitloads of midfielders.
We've still got Rodri and Phil to come back in.
Yeah, and Vardy actually.
It's frightening. It's frightening.
What do you think happens when Vardy's back fit? Do you reckon he come? Do you reckon next week Stones and Diaz start again?
Well, I think they will. Yeah, next week if Vardy's not fit. But
yeah,
it's Stones' fitness. I think Vardy. You can't play Stones every week. Maybe for the first few, but he's not going to be.
Yeah, you've got to rotate him. You've got to rotate him and rest him.
Why?
He picks up injuries, doesn't he? It's just
so what? Here's where I am. Here's where I am with it. Yeah, here's where I am. Right, leagues are won by having partnerships. Yeah, they are won by having partnerships. Right. When you look at Stones and Diaz, when they played that whole season together, they were fucking quality. Right. To say, oh, we've got to rotate him so that he stays fit. Okay, cool. Defenses are at their best when they're used to playing with each other, right? So if Stones is going to get fucking injured, run him into the ground, let him get injured, and then, okay, fair enough. If you're injured, we have a Diaz and we have a Vardy partnership. Until then, until Stones and Diaz fuck up, just run with it. Why should we as a grown-ass man, be going, oh, wrap Stones up in cotton wool? We shouldn't. Yeah. Like, I get it. Carabao Cup game, rest him, right? But apart from that, if the game is important, we should play him. If he's fit, he should start.
Let me tell you, if Stones is fit, he's our best defender by a mile.
Yes.
By an absolute mile.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And I think there's no one in this space or in the comments would disagree with that. But like he's mentioned, he does pick up niggling injuries, which keeps him out for a while.
Then fucking don't start him. I don't want a partnership. I don't want to start. Right. Again, go and look at.
If I could get John Stones fit and play him every,
but I'm just saying, I'm sick of us having inconsistent back line because John Stones can't stay fit. Right. That is what we do. We keep changing it. And people aren't used to playing with each other. Run him into the ground. Right. Literally. Stones, you either stay fit or you don't play at all, right? For me,
Daps, he zips all the way to the top.
He wears a cagoule, that's great. But I'm just at a point now where, like, because there's no coincidence that after Stones has a great game, right? What happens the next day? Thomas fucking Tuchel, the England manager, rocks up to training. Lo and behold, John Stones will be fit up until the England game, and then he'll pick up an injury when he's playing for England, right? That is what's going to happen. So he should start against Tottenham. He should start against Brighton, and hopefully he gets an injury and doesn't play for fucking England, to be fair for once.
Well, I wish he'd retire from England. That's what I want him to do.
Yeah, he probably will do after the World Cup. But
if we do have a fit John Stones, what do we do with Vardy? Does Aït-Nouri hold the bench? Because I think Vardy's.
He'll have to fight for a place, mate.
Fights for a place. I think that's it. I think we should honestly this season just until someone makes a mistake, right, or if they get injured, you go with what's working, right? Of course, it's with defenders. Because sooner or later, Stones is going to get injured. Then Vardy will come in, and then it's Vardy or Diaz. But until then, just keep playing Stones. I don't rest him. I don't want to see Kanji anywhere near the team. Like, because ultimately, if we are resting Stones, we're resting him for England at this point. We're not playing every week. We're not playing twice a week at the moment. We're playing once a week. So
when he goes to three times a week, he will rotate.
Yeah, of course he will. And I understand when it gets to that point. But at this point, I don't think it should be a rotate thing. Like, over the years, we've seen how good Diaz and Stones have been. Actually, there's a really good shout. There's the other option. Stones at right back and put Vardy
absolutely.
And put Vardy next to him. I'm here for that one as well.
Johnny Stones.
I'm here for that one. I'm definitely here for that one. But I have a weird feeling that Stones is going to have a lot of fitness this season. I don't know why, but I've just got this thing telling me that this is his season where he actually gets a lot of game time again. And I've always said it. I think City at their best, John Stones is in the team
all day long.
Yeah. I think if you take out injuries, John Stones is easily a top 5 defender in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Easily.
A fully fit John Stones is one of the best defenders in the world. He's
Facts. Thanks.
No, you just jinxed him, Caps, he said at the bottom there.
Well, if I've jinxed him, then I've jinxed him. so far, because I believe in jinx. But I did a prediction. I predicted we win, and we won, which is rare for me. So I'm going to do a prediction again next week. And I wore City top for match day, and we won. Which again, I don't usually wear them because of previous.
I will say,
I'm overcoming all the jinx.
I will say one thing: Diaz is still our leader at the back. He's the one with the voice. He is. People can argue about him, but he's the only one that controls them, and he is.
Yeah, he is. I agree. He did make a mistake. He gave the ball away once, but look, like I said, Reijnders gave the ball away once, so we're not going to blame. Right. Well, I wished. You know what? Now, actually, did you lot catch? What other games did you lot catch this weekend?
I watched the Liverpool game.
What do you think? What do you two think?
I thought they were average.
Same with you, Ro.
Yeah, in moments, yeah. They look, weirdly enough, they've got a few of the problems that I felt like we had last season. I just thought they looked vulnerable on the counter-attack.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because, I know Gravenberch was suspended, but the difference with us two at the minute,
I think they did.
How balanced we were in midfield. There was no balance in their midfield.
No, I agree with you. I've been saying this. Liverpool, it's all great, all the players they've been buying. TK looked really, really good. I can't lie. He looked quality. I thought Gakpo looked good for him as well, actually. But I think Kerkez had an absolute stinker. See, to be fair, before the season has started, I've had Liverpool fans telling me that Kerkez is a better defender than Aït-Nouri, right? Well,
no, he's not.
After that first, to be fair, what I said earlier about, you know what, if as a defensive player, I don't really see much of you, you've probably had a good game. I saw a lot of Kerkez in that first half. He was getting ripped a fucking new one. So, in fact, so much Kerkez got subbed off.
Yeah.
They tried Endo at right back. That didn't work. And I think Konate had one of his worst games in a Liverpool shirt. So
I just think they like pace at the back for me.
Yeah.
Especially
Konate looked really leggy. Konate looked really leggy. And Van Dijk's 34.
Let's face it, their captain is 34.
Yeah, 100%. I've been saying this about Van Dijk, and when people say now he can go on for ages, it's not just the fact he's 34, but he's also had a big injury. And when you've had a big injury in your career, and Alan, you'll know this. Round you won't yet. It'll hit you when you get older. But Alan, you'll know this. We've seen it with Kyle Walker, and you and I, as grown men, know, right? When you stop, for a couple of weeks, it takes you a lot longer to get going again, right?
Massively.
And this is the
when
thing,
when you get injuries, when you get older, it doesn't just happen gradually. It happens like overnight like that.
Yeah. Look at Kyle Walker, the way Kyle Walker
exactly. I played a lot of high level cricket, right, mate. And when my legs started to go, when the young lads running past me, to get hold of the ball and field, I couldn't believe it. It just happened overnight. Yeah. The biggest ones when I went in cricket was my eyes. As soon as my eyes went, that was it. It was finished.
And this is the
thing. You can't do anything about it.
And it will happen with Van Dijk, especially as a defender. It's not like certain midfield roles where you can drop deep and control the game from there. Like there's rare ones like Thiago, right? Thiago for Brazil. He could do that as a defender, but I don't think. Yeah. I think Van Dijk's game is physical. Like his game is not about his positioning. His game is physical.
Yeah.
And the minute that goes, I think he's on the way out. So Liverpool, and what about? I know. What do you think of Arsenal United?
I saw bits of it. I've not seen all of it because it was the middle of the night for me last night. But I saw highlights today at lunch, and I thought United did all right. To be fair, I thought they were a lot better.
Yeah.
Than they were last year. I want to be fair. But one thing Arsenal are very strong at is set pieces. We came across it last year.
Yeah,
they are very, very strong at set pieces.
Yeah,
and Arsenal weren't great, but they managed to get 3 points.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I don't think Arsenal were good at all. I think Arsenal you struggle to pick out their best player. In fact, their best player was Raya by a country mile.
Yeah.
But
they won by not playing well.
Yeah. And as for United, I think United actually played all right.
Yeah, they're better. They're better than they were last year.
Here's the thing with Man United that I think, right, is they need to start winning games, right? It's great as a United fan to go, do you know what? We looked better. Cool. But if United don't start winning games, the confidence of looking better will go again. They need to start picking.
It's also they did this last season, or if it's a big game, they rile themselves up for it.
They do, yeah.
They did it last season. I mean, they did a double over us. It's a big game for them. When it's full, they've got Fulham away on Sunday. It's a different, especially without that winning feeling that that they're missing at the minute. It's not as easy to pick yourself and.
No, and the thing that they had yesterday, they had not only the fact it was a big game against Arsenal, but it's the opening game in the season at home, right? Next week's Fulham's opening game at home, right? So their fans are going to be up for it, and it's going to be completely different. And this is what I mean, that if United don't win next week, all of a sudden the whole confidence of starting the season you 2 losses. They're just
they're rising for us though, won't they, the week after?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Well, we got the international break before then, but right, people, we're going to wrap it up here. Same as usual. I don't have any shows at this point planned for the rest of today. But if anything happens, keep an eye out for the channel. Make sure you turn in the notification bells on. Make sure you are going and checking out. In fact, let me put your name up real quick. Make sure you are going. Ooh, what's it done there? Hold on, let me move him over. There we go. You're going and checking out Bias Man City Fan on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Appreciate you coming on, bro.
Yeah, no, thanks for having us. Yeah.
Alan, go on. What were you going to say?
I was just saying, have you watched your Twitter account? You just sent me that.
Yeah.
You on Instagram? Are you on Twitter?
Yeah, Instagram. Yeah. No, I don't.
I'll put you on there. We'll keep in contact.
Yeah.
Alan, do you do TikTok, Alan?
Not really. I've got a TikTok account, but not really.
Do you do dancing? TikTok dances and that on there?
No, I don't.
You should do.
But if you want me to do one, I will do one. Please.
Right, Alan, start up a TikTok account called MCFC Alan TikTok Dances.
Yeah, and I'll start doing it, and because I'll be honest with you, I like the TikTok and the Instagram of Steve Lewis.
Yeah.
When he's doing all this shit in the mirror and crap, all this going on. Mate, I take the piss out of him.
Mate, Steve's a very funny character, you know.
He's a good lad. He's
absolutely sound lad. But you know he's a doorman.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah, he seems way too nice to be a doorman, doesn't he?
He does. I don't like to mess with him though. You know, he's a big lad. But when I come back in May next year, I'm going to find where he works and try and cause a few problems at the door and see what he does. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, people. We are going to redirect you over to LB, who is live now with Nobbins. And as I say, make sure the notification bells are on. And we will, if not, I will catch you tomorrow morning. And of course, tomorrow evening, we have the boys in blue back with Steve, Martin, and all the lads, and Nobbins as well. Until then, I am going to leave you with
What? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Burger,